Hey guys, it's the Reckoning here. We're just gonna go over a quick starter guide here for anybody that's new to Wolcen and might not be familiar with how to build your own build. These are basic starters that are gonna work across any class. I'll go over the passive trees, the active skills, and some basic gear. Of course, these are generic, so they're going to work with any skills, any playstyle that you'd like to go with. So feel free to play around with a few points as you please. But this is basically a good starter. It's going to get you into I unlocked Veteran 7 with these, and this is just with yellow gear. So again, anybody's capable of doing it. So pretty minimal. I could have probably pushed a lot harder if I really fished for a bunch of different runs. Maybe kiting mobs back a lot more. I probably could have got all the way up to Vet 9 with most of these. So, but yeah, let's start right away. I've cleared all my passive tree points, so we'll go over some of that, as well as I cleared all my stats, and I'm wearing just generic yellows. So first things first, maybe let's hit up the passive trees. I saved a few here. Let me pull them up quickly, and then we'll go over them. Okay, so here's the two different passive trees. One is for melee and the other is for the magic. So here we can see the differences. The basic start's going to be the same for both ends. Doesn't matter which way you want to go, magic, ranged, melee. Ranged and melee are going to share the exact same tree. So, but for both of them, you're going to start on this end here with these, and you're going to move down the points here, and you're going to get to this node here as quickly as you can. Now this node is right here. It's this retaliator node. It's really important. This is where you're going to get all your damage for every skill, because it counts for every skill. So you're going to get that plus the two nodes beside it, and that's going to amplify basically all your damage. You're going to want to work your way down here as fast as you can. Let's pull them back up again so I can show them for you. So yeah, again, so you're going to work your way down to this retaliator node. Either way, whether you go magic or whether you go ranged melee. From here, basically, it's your choice where you want to go. Dealer's choice. It doesn't matter. The rest of these nodes are all just going to provide additional toughness. And by giving you additional toughness, you also get more damage because of this node. That's why this node's important to get to fast. Now, for ranged and melee, you're probably going to want to secondly get to this point here next. And that's going to give you a lot more rage maintenance. So you're going to keep your rage up a lot more. With ranged, you're going to go turret build, and it's going to keep you topped up all the time. Melee, it's going to help you. You're going to pick up some rend and some material damage here on this end. That's all for damage. This will be for some heals. And then all these nodes in between are just all toughness nodes, which are going to be transferred straight into damage because of this one. Coming over here is just more damage. Here we got a little bit of extra willpower rage. And then here's some more toughness. So this is the ranged and melee tree. Over here for magic, it's going to be slightly different. So you can see it starts the same and it looks the same here. So all these nodes are going to be similar. What you're going to do is you're going to drop all these red ones off, and you're going to come up here for some more resist here and spell power. You're also going to drop off this melee skill here, and that's going to allow you to pick up some more points here, which is more spell damage. So since you also dropped so many nodes here, it's going to open up the ability to come across here for some resource cost reduction, some spell damage, as well as some more resource cost. And because we're losing rend and the life leech from that, we're going to pick up these life leech nodes here. Of course, you can play around however you want to see fit for those. So that's your passive trees. Going into your skill points or your character points, you're going to dump it all in toughness. Now I left it blank so you could see what the overall damage bonus is going to be. A lot of people think, well, you're not going to get any damage dumping it into there. Well, because we've taken those nodes, you are going to get more damage, but you also do get damage by placing it in there. Oh, look at that, 141. And actually, because we're stacking this skill, we're getting more than any other node. If we put it in here, we get less. If we put it in agility, we're going to get less. If we put it in wisdom, we're going to get less. So, although it looks like you're only getting health and resistance out of it, you're actually getting a lot of damage out of it. So you're going to want to dump all your points into toughness for this. Gear-wise, we can go over some gear here. So right now I have the ranged build on. And so you're going to want a dagger so that you can actually use an auto turret, as well as this skill. This is going to help you down bosses really fast. You're going to have Sovereign Shout for the additional resistance that it gives you. And this is going to be for mobility. In case you get stuck in between some mobs and you can't get out, you can just jump out. As well as if you're wanting to move past mobs fast, you could just use this. Now, I have on a chest and a helm that's going to also give you this helm, This helm and this chest have the top stat is this one's 5% damage per 100 unspent rage points, and this is 7%. So that's going to be more damage for you. So you're going to look for those two on your ranged melee characters. And when you go over to magic class, you're going to swap it out for these two instead. It's going to give you cooldown, so that's going to allow you to use your AoE abilities a lot more often. But basically same stats you're searching on for all of them. You want all resist and material resistance on all your gear, as much resist and material. Toughness is good because that transfers into that as well. So, and that's on every piece of gear. You don't look for anything but toughness. Dagger for ranged. Then when you're going to go over to melee, you can swap in a sword if you want. Gives you a bit more damage out of it. But you're always going to keep the shield with these two, because shield is another way to get more resistance. That's just going to help you with yours. And when you go magic, you're going to have to swap for a 200 staff so that you get willpower better. So you swap to this, you swap the gems also to elemental, and you're also going to want to swap your potions for some willpower. Skill wise, it's again, it works with any skills. The ones I like to do is turret for ranged. For melee, I like to swap out, put in bleeding edge. You don't want to pick this. You want to pick something that's going to give you a little bit of more life leech, so you can pick some of that. There's some increased area, and you want to pick up this. You can also pick up with melee. If you're comfortable pulling in mobs. I don't have it. The chain ability that pulls mobs into you. With magic, you're going to pick up a bunch of AoE skills here on your bar. So you're going to pick up this tier, as well as you're going to pick up Winter Grasp. If you want a little more survivability, you can pick up Bulwark of Dawn, and you're going to pick up the chain to pull mobs in. So that's going to allow you to AoE clear things. Then for single target and bosses, you're going to want to equip Arctic Spear. This is just going to melt them down. So those are your active skills for each class. You can also swap the leap for the ether jump in magic, in case you get stuck and stuff. And that's basically everything for this guide. If you guys want to see some gameplay, feel free to stop by my Twitch channel. It's the same thing, reckoning.twitch.tv. And we'll come up with some more guides for you guys. But feel free, play around with the tree, have fun with it. This is just a basic guide for you guys. Hope you have fun. And until next time, keep murdering.